What's up, gang? It's your trainer, Joe Stones, and we're back in the gym with you today. Today, we're gonna follow up on a question that a client asked about, is it okay for your knees to go over your toe when you're squatting? So we did confirm that yes, that is gonna be the proper way that you're gonna wanna perform any of your squats, is allowing your knee to go in the direction of your toe, allowing a bit of flexion into your ankles. So today, I'm gonna show you just a more of an in-depth example of how that's gonna look when you're performing the barbell back squat. Now, I do have a previous video that I have posted recently on this platform on how I perform the barbell back squat, where I list each of my checkpoints that I'm doing, from where my hand positioning, my leg positioning, and how I'm breathing through my core. I'm gonna link that at the end of this video so you can make sure that you're hitting those checkpoints as well. What I'm gonna show you today is more why we're performing the knee over the toe and how this is how you wanna perform your barbell back squat. What I mean by allowing your knee to go over the toe, and we also mentioned in the video we posted the other day about how if you watch a child squat down, it's a very natural position. They're coming straight down to the floor. They have very good flexion into the ankle and into the shin and into their hips. And that's how we're gonna wanna perform the squat. As we get older, we lose a bit of that flexibility into our legs, but that's still the movement that we wanna mimic. The old school way of doing this squat, as I might have said in the video the other day, was where we were hinging at the waist a bit more and coming down that way and not really allowing the knee to go over toe and keeping about a 90-degree angle. Okay, so this is what we don't want to do when we're performing our barbell back squat. So after you load the weight up on your shoulders, start hinging at your waist first, not letting your knee go over the toe, stay back. And as you can see, it's a lot of tension under the lower back. I'm really getting an anterior tilt in my pelvis. I'm really sitting my hips back, and this is an old school way of doing it. It's a lot of extra tension onto your lower back. We really just saw that the knee was only bent about 90 degrees. We didn't have any of that bending at the ankle, letting the knee go over the direction of the toe into more of a natural range of motion. So that's a dead system. We don't want to do it. It's not very natural, and we end up losing that natural flexibility that we have in our ankles. All right, gang, before we start loading the barbell onto the back of our shoulders, so you can make sure that you're doing the form properly, we're gonna start with goblet squats. I want you to focus on going straight down, like you're in an elevator and you're going from the first floor down to the basement. And so as you're doing so, you're gonna allow the knees to buckle first. So our first move will not be that hip hinge. It'll be the opposite. We're gonna buckle first at the knees, allow the knees to go over the toe. Then from there, as you're descending, you're gonna start adding that anterior tilt or that hinge at your waist to work on getting low. That's gonna be the pieces that you're gonna wanna do when you're performing this. So I recommend grabbing yourself, again, a dumbbell or a plate like I have here, and doing a few reps of this, maybe 8 to 10 reps, just to get the form right before loading the barbell onto the back of your shoulders and practicing from there. So once again, the elbows are in. What we're gonna do first, after we complete our diaphragm breath and do all of our checkpoints that we spoke about earlier, is we're gonna allow the knees to buckle. We're keeping our chest up. When you get to about a quarter of the way down, that's when you're gonna wanna start adding your hip hinge at the waist and start hovering your rear end over a toilet, we'll say, like you're in a dirty toilet in the metro parks. From there, nice and easy, come straight up. So the idea is gonna be that we're going in more of a straight vertical pattern and not so much a hinge at the waist. Keeping that chest up high, dropping, hinging once we get about a quarter of the way down, working into whatever our flexibility is, and then coming up. Practice that drill, again, with something light or even your body weight, and then work into putting that barbell on the back, which we'll show you next. Now that we have the form right for performing our knee over the toe squat, we're gonna bring the barbell to our shoulders. I'm gonna show you how we perform this with the barbell back squat. Okay, we showed you what not to do, that hinging at the waist first. We're gonna bend the knee first. We're gonna drop first. And after we're down a few inches or a quarter of the way, we'll start adding that hinge at the waist and sitting right down into it and then come up. So again, we're not hinging at the waist, we're getting our diaphragm breath and then buckling first. Buckling and then adding our hinge. So we have several mobility exercises that you can do to increase that range of motion into your ankles and into your hips. We'll link in our mobility playlist here that you'll want to do before performing these exercises or as practice, because you may not have this type of flexibility into your ankles yet to get that low, and that's okay. The more that you do the mobility and the more that you perform the exercise, it's gonna improve and get better. So ankle mobility and any mobility within your body can be improved. It just takes time and just takes you doing those mobility exercises. So that's how we want to perform the barbell back squat, allowing the knees to go in the direction of the toe. Remember, your range of motion is going to be specific to where you're at right now. You can always improve your mobility, do some of those ankle and hip mobility drills we have in our playlist. Get after it. If you found this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button, like and share, leave a comment, or even send us a message. We would love to hear from you so we can provide more content that you want to see on this platform.